Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric here for another episode of Grim Soul. Uh, I want to start off by saying I'm sorry that I didn't put one out yesterday. I was working a little late and didn't have time to do the recording, the uploads, and all that. Oh, hey, being attacked going to my house? You bugger, you. But I did play a little bit. So as you can see from last time, I built up a little bit of a base, put some walls up because I was tired of being attacked on my own land by that night guest. And did a little bit of organization in my chest while I was doing that at the same time. And got some, what else? Oh, I put out the smelter. So today, I am going to try and talk about the game a little bit, things that I like, things that I would love to see, in the future, as updates come along, all the while trying to gather some resources. So we will head out to a level 1 zone. I don't have, do I have axes and pickaxe? Yeah, okay, so I've got some tools on me. So let's head on over to the pine thickets and start getting some resources. So with this game, I've already talked about how I love this map, this overlay, this display, whatever you want to call it. The wood grain is just a great idea. It's stimulating. The castle walls, the gears and things like that. I enjoy it tremendously. Sorry about that. I'm still under the weather. And the other thing that I've liked so far, and if you haven't noticed, is when you go to your inbox or your storage, every day you get a flask of water and a barrel of honey, which is a little different than the other survival games that are on the market right now that give you, 3 of each, but have a time limit on it. If you don't collect them, those disappear and then they're replaced. Or if you collect them, they're not stackable. And in this case here, they are. So that allows you to kind of not have to worry about it, and actually be able to use it as necessary. So that's actually a feature that I really, really like that's been put in place. And it makes that part of it a little bit different than, the other games that are out there right now. So, like I said, I was going to try to do, a little bit of commentary on the game and things that I like while I'm playing. And it's not that easy. I will give props to the other YouTubers, the mobile gamer YouTubers that do this on a regular basis. I am out of a weapon, aren't I? Let's equip that and start beating him with a paddle. Run a little bit, heal up. I'm just attracting everything under the sun, aren't I? So, I guess the next part would be things that I would consider, to be nice additions in the game in future updates, if they ever decide to do so. And the first one would be obviously to add a way to get in-game coins, because at this point in time, there's no way to get extra coins without purchasing them. And it's I understand it. It's a new game. They're developing it. I imagine they want to be able to, in some way, shape, or form, generate revenue. And you can't fault the game for that. That's what they're in the business for. So if there was a way, and it doesn't have to be, a significant amount of coins at a time, but every once in a while being able to get a few coins, add those up, because we do start with 30 coins, and after you've purchased one one set of coins, you've got 10 left. I mean, you can't. There's nothing else you can do with those coins, so they're just sitting there doing nothing. So a way to earn coins, to win them, be it some other kind of form. Um, it could be a free chest, or even finding it on, on the lepers and the damned and things like that. So, what do you guys think about that? Do you see a way to maybe be able to earn those kind of coins and allow for us to be able to play a little bit more often? Because this will lead into a point later on that I think could be improved. But for the time being, if some way to do that would be nice. I think it would encourage us to be a little more active and play a little longer. Because right now, once you've used up your energy, you're pretty much stuck at that. So that was a point. The next one would be, and leads into what I was just talking about, was the travel time. Right now, like, it took us 17 energy to get to this pine thicket from our base. So if I go back and forth, that's 3 times. And then I've got to start waiting, walking and waiting and walking and waiting. Now, I'm not saying I want them to make it almost cost nothing, but I think a slight reduction in the travel times or travel costs would be beneficial to the players. And that, or a way to earn, and this is kind of a thing from the other games where they have ways to earn energy points. I'm kind of for it, but kind of don't like it at the same time. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But the fact that in-game ads, it's difficult. You don't want to be doing in-game ads all the time because you're here to play this game, right? You're not here to play anything else. This is the one, and you go from there. I'm going to eat the steak here to make room. How? So where was it? Oh yeah, the travel times. So if there's something to improve on that, definitely I'd recommend that. And then the third one is with regards to travel time again, but it's how we utilize the energy that we have, right? So we want to get to the zones and get some resources and be able to advance in the game and things like that. But then there are special events, right? Like the merchant, for example, where the merchant only appears when your energy level has dropped to a certain point. I don't know what that point is at this time, but it's there, right? There's it won't just show up if you have 100% or 100 energy. You'll have to run back and forth, get that energy level down, and then it'll pop up. And when it does pop up, we're usually down to a level of energy that we can only walk back and forth to it. And the issue that I have with that is that when we do walk back and forth to it, is that we don't know what the... Sorry, I just lost my concentration there for a second because I'm punching this guy. Is that we don't know what the merchant will want. So I'm not going to take credit for this idea because it's been discussed. Sorry, I almost choked to death. It's been discussed by other YouTubers and other games and things like that on ways to have the dealers, the traders, the merchants advise you ahead of time of what they want. Now in this game, we actually have a feature which is the Raven's Cage. I think it'd be very useful for the players if the merchant would send out a raven when they do pop up and let us know what they want. That would save a lot of travel time back and forth. So that's, those are my thoughts on that. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on it as well. So let's go back home, empty our resources, and come back and get some more. Because I do want to try and level up, open up, or learn more crafting points. Or, sorry, design points here. Because I did get, what did I do? I did the boots and the hat. So I'll be able to start crafting a little bit, even though it's the cheap armor, I'll be able to start crafting that and having a little bit better protection when we go into the different zones. And because I don't want to just go to level 1 zones. I want to be able to show level 2s and level 3s and what the differences are and, how to prepare for them, things of that nature. So it'll be useful to have those different levels of armor and weapons as well. I just realized, look at this. I had a club on me. I could have used that. Too late now. Like I said, doing this commentary at the same time as trying to play, not easy. Not easy. I will give credit where credit is due. Put some rope away, put some cloth away. We'll put the seeds, the leek seeds out into the garden so that they can start growing here in a moment. Now, do you have, watching this and having played the game, and I imagine most of us have or are playing the other survival games. So I was just wondering if any of you had, some additional thoughts, maybe comments on the few points that I brought up that came to mind today, and I figured, you know what, I'd like to talk about that and maybe get your feedback on it and see if there's anything that you as players think could improve or progress the game. Because obviously a lot of this game is grinding, right? And grinding resources and leveling up and getting the craft or the design points, and then slowly building up the ability to, get better items. Speaking of better items, and that's one thing that I just thought of would be a way, because weapons are kind of hard to find. Now, that could be purposeful. That could be set up by the developers in that way, to sort of make us craft them and earn the craft or the design points and things like that. But when we go to these zones, I mean, unless an NPC shows up or an AI, I really haven't seen any weapons in the bags or anything like that. Now, in the events, a few episodes back, we did the dungeon, and there was a mystery event, and they had great loot. They had great weapons. So, if it's only limited to those kind of things, I think it would be appreciated by players to be able to find weapons a little bit more readily, to make these kind of, make the long grinding parts a little easier, where you're not using all your resources on armor and weapons and things like that. You can actually concentrate or build up your resource piles for your base and advancing your base and making that stronger. So I think that's another point that would be could be brought up. And we're getting close here to level 12, so we should have it by the time we leave this zone, I'm hoping. Heal up a little bit. And I don't know, not anything else that's coming to mind. So it's just really that little things that could make our lives as the players easier. And excuse me, my voice is cracking and I'm losing my voice. My throat's sore. Hey, get away! Uh, and again, I'm repeating myself, but I would definitely love to hear what you think about the ability of getting weapons, travel times, little tips and tricks that could be. Oh, ooh, that's gonna hurt. Sorry. Right? Because yeah, see, he had a sledgehammer, but other than that, we're not finding them. So there's an event. Let me see where that's at. What's it going to cost us? 21. We've got 54. You know what? Let's go. I am going to grab a couple barrels of honey to heal up. At the same time, eat some berries. And I know it's disgusting, but I love the mechanics of when he eats too much or when you eat too much, that you vomit. Oh, that's just hilarious to me. So let's see what this event is. And hopefully, you know what, we'll find something of use. So let's start off by taking out... Oh, man. I still have a hard time with the sneak attacks. The mini-map is, it's just like in every game, is great, but this one doesn't have any reference to, how far you have to be or how close or things like that. So, but I guess that's just, getting used to it and understanding it more as you play along. I want to kind of hurry up. Oh, this is a bear. Oh, maybe this was a mistake. No. Okay, the club actually does pretty good on it for a basic weapon. We'll eat that. Get some energy. Dire wolf. Oh, maybe I'll get a dire wolf fang. Yeah, that'd be nice. Oh, he's going to kill me, isn't he? He is going to kill me if I don't eat. So, club, not bad against bear. Not good against dire wolf. But the honey does a great job at healing up. Oh, I don't need to heal up anymore. Where are we at? We're almost at this... Oh, it's a cart. Oh, really? No. Oy vey. Well, I think that's a great point to leave it off for today. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.